Typhon Toxic Combat Cocks, black hot pink thread, mesh pockets starting to come off the line, box full of black single point slings, Marpat cocks right there, multicam cocks, multicam black cocks right there. Small mesh pockets are starting. These are, what are these? 3-cell pocket slides. Those will start shipping tomorrow. CQB mag pouches, no pistols. These are online right now. If you want to be sure to get them, order them tonight ahead of time. This is the first. You were the first person that has heard that these are available. I put these online a couple hours ago, and nobody knows they're there yet. Purple Cali compliant grocery bags are running. Boxes full of mesh pockets getting edge taped. Those start shipping tomorrow. Charlie, what's up? Fraser, what's up? Roberts, what's up? Dangalang, what's up? Tattooed, what's up? Ravelli, how are ya? Saltfly, what's up? So here's a Write in the Rain journal cover I've been messing with. I showed it, I don't know, maybe over the weekend I showed the raw version of it. Added a piece of Velcro to the face, added 3 card slots here. I think I'm going to add something here so you could put some more stuff in, and maybe a flat pocket on the back, maybe that slides in. I don't know, maybe put a zipper on it. Peoples, what's up? WebDad, what's up? Big O, what's up? Don, what's up? Slim Perkins, what's going on? Charlie Wood, what's up? Pocket slides. We got some multicam black red thread pocket slides ready to go. Those can ship to you in the morning. Lots of stuff. Lots of clothes bags got done today. Zipper knife pouches going. How'd the auction go? $350. Shane Z, what's up? Wyatt Cranford, what's up? Ryan Dennis, yeah, the prototype's cool. It'll be a little nicer when it's all done. I was just messing with it an hour or so ago. Toiletry bags, a bunch of toiletry bags got done today. A lot of orders shipped out today. Anybody get tracking today? These are injectable cases right here. These are all online, and the inventory is locked and corrected. So if you can order these, they will ship. This is the 3 pocket slide. It holds a spiral top 3x5 Write in the Rain, and it holds a small knife, pin flashlight, you know, whatever you want in those little 3 pieces. You can put a very small multi-tool in there. I've got some large multicam black orange thread clothes bags. I've got some small black clothes bags. I have some medium Highlander clothes bags, which I also have small and larges. Inventory is locked and corrected on those bags. When they're gone, you won't be able to pre-order them anymore. If you order them tonight, they will ship to you tomorrow morning. Strother, what's up? Forgot to sing the dog collar shot. No worries. Matt Christopher, what's up? Minimalist bifold wallets. We have them available to ship to you. We've got those ready to go. Strother, what's up? 3-pin slot holder. Could you order it with Velcro on the back to put on a BBD bag? No, they're running these things, man. But you could take some double-sided Velcro and just stick it on there, thus killing this. You could. I would just wait. I'm going to put out a Velcro organizer to go inside the day packs and bags and stuff. Just hold off for it, Matt. I've got EDC organizers right now, multicam black woodlands. I've got EDC pockets ready to ship. These are cigar cases right here, ready to go. Stand-up pouches. I've got a few random micros still available. Bifold wallet, not bifold wallets, minimalist bifold wallet, different animal. Kilo Bravo 6, what's up? Hoping she won't be able to get out of her dog collar. She keeps undoing the cheap buckles. She won't get out of that Cobra buckle. Not without chewing that webbing off. What happens to the dog collars is other dogs chew the dog collars off of them. But that Cobra buckle, you have to hit them both at the same time. If you just hit one, it won't undo. Load of chicken just came out of the freeze dryer. We're letting the freeze dryer defrost and then we'll run another cycle. How many cards will fit in the minimal wallet? I don't know. You mean in that front pocket or in the clear window? And what kind of cards? Business cards or like credit card, debit cards? Looking forward to the wallets I ordered, EDC organizers, right on. How long did it take to perfect your webbing? What do you mean? The webbing we make? It took $13,000 and a lot of years and a $13,000 sewing machine. We used to take Cordura 2 inches wide, fold it a ½ inch in on each side, run it down, and then we would apply edge tape to the back. So that was 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, 4 stitch, and then 1 down the middle to make a 5th line. So we sewed each piece of that webbing 5 times, which is 62 inches long, times 5, just to do 1 strip. Another run of our freeze dryer, pecan pie, pineapple, and birthday cake. All together, man, it's all gonna taste like pineapple. Are you discontinuing 308 micros when we sell out? No, I don't. We're not really discontinuing anything. You're just not going to be able to order it, which means when we run it, it'll go back into inventory. But stuff that doesn't sell in high volume, it just won't be run for a long time. It won't be run until there's a bunch, until guys are chomping at the bit enough that they'll buy every bit of it when we run it. We are moving to a business model where you can't get the weird random shit you want, and we will just build what is in highest demand. If it doesn't sell out immediately, we ain't running it because we only have so much labor, and there's plenty of shit we can build that will sell out immediately. And there's plenty of dudes that will pay whatever the price is to have the shit fast on a custom basis. When I do custom work, and that doesn't mean we make any new patterns or we design any new shit for you that doesn't exist. That means they order something we make in the color combo they want, it's 3 times over retail. When I open that sale thread, you can go find them, they're there. Every one of them's still there. I've never deleted anything off Facebook. When I open a sale thread for custom work, you put in there what you want, I go through there and quote you. And typically I'm after about 12 orders at a time, but we get anywhere from 30 to 50 orders a lot of times, right? Like within an hour at 3 times the retail price. There's plenty of dudes that will just pay whatever to have their shit right away. And I only have so much labor. You need to check out Pio River Medical Clinic. It's a dude doing work in Liberia and document how the locals live. It's insane. Right on. Finished another run of freeze dryer. I was a bit soured with Rogan's "Oh, I'm sorry." He just presented a guest, has way more knowledge, and some old washed up singer. I haven't paid attention to it. Haven't paid attention to it. Do you put a fan on your freeze dryer when defrost? No, we don't. There's a fan on the pump to cool the pump down, and we never turn it off. Even when the freeze dryer's sitting there, the fan's always running. You can turn it off. We just never do. Ryan Ray, what's up? 40 people, 53 on. Hit that like button, guys. Ordered 3 bags of freeze-dried Skittles. They're delicious. They're 100% sugar. I watched a native dude process a tree with an ancient steel chainsaw while a kid standing next to him would spray the chain with oil between cuts. Huh. You have any 2-point slings? Yeah, we do. Yeah. Spark plug is just sticking out the top of the saw with a wire wrapped around it. Only 3 of us here tonight, Patrick? There's 54 people on, buddy. How many cards will fit in the bifold wallet? We'll grab one, or in the minimalist wallet. We'll grab one and see. Right on those Rallyman pouches. Yeah, I saw your message. We'll send a shipping tag to send them back. Where are those? Spearco predicted things that will happen in the future on today's episode. You know, Jack's 95% of the time 100% right. Literally 95. If he says he's investing in something, you should probably invest in it. If he says something's going to happen, it fucking almost always happens. Almost always. That's 3. Just right off the bat, 3 fit in there. Here's a 4th, 5th. Let's try 5 here. Right, 5. 5 go in there, no problem. There's 5. And that's not even using the window. 6, 7, there's the 5, there's 2 more, just pop them right in there. Okay, so that's 7. It's a little tight. The material will stretch though. You put those in there, it'll take form to them. So there's 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cards. Does that answer your question? What's up, guys? 16 cards fit in the card holder, 8 each side. Business cards, Matt, or credit cards? And the card holder is a little bigger, right? So I took a bunch of cards out of my personal card holder to put them in here. You know, I just was messing with that, adding some stuff to this design. So you only run one ingredient at a time. I do, because it fucking all commingles. And like whoever said they just did chocolate cake with pineapple, your shit's all gonna have a hint of pineapple to it. Not that that would be bad, I mean, I'll bet it fucking still tastes fine. But yeah, we only run one thing. You could do like similar things if you were doing like, if you had leftovers that were like leftover meatloaf from one night and leftover spaghetti or something, it would probably be fine, right? But if you did like fucking tuna fish and apricots or whatever, it's all gonna taste like tuna fish. We bought a bunch of canned chicken, opened it up, put it in the freeze dryer. The whole entire building reeked. It just smelled like tuna fish. It smelled like tuna fish salad in the whole building for days. A week later, you would come back in the building after being gone the weekend, and the whole building would smell like tuna fish. So 100% don't recommend freeze drying canned chicken. And it was weird. It was canned chicken, but it smelled like tuna fish. Complementary items to reinforce flavors. Absolutely. I love your on Gitter. I link you out when I'm on there. Thank you, Bucket Bot. Thank you. I've been on Gitter for less than a month, and I think I have over 1,000 followers there. Those are people who want to hear what I have to say, right? And all I need is a true 1,000. So when I post stuff on Gitter, I think there's like 1,200 people on MeWe. I think I'm up to like maybe 2,000 people, right? Those are people who have crossed platforms. MeWe and Gitter, when I make a post, all 1,000 of those people that want to see what I say, they see it. It's not suppressed. I do a damn live feed video here on YouTube. YouTube doesn't put it out to hardly anyone, and people literally 3 days later get a notification about the video. I put stuff on Facebook and Instagram, and people 3 days later are like, how is this sold out? You just posted it. I'm like, if you look at the date, I posted it 3 days ago. So Gitter is working. MeWe is working. I'm also on Float and Locals. And Locals is pretty cool because if you have something that you want that's a little more sensitive or controversial to say, you can put it behind a paywall. So you don't have all the trolls and shit showing up to get in the conversation because there's a financial investment in order to do so. And it works like Patreon. So I can set a paywall just per post, or I can set a paywall to where you get to see everything I say that week or that month. You can control it like Patreon. And you pay, you can buy tokens basically, and then you use tokens to access the paywall. And it's a crypto that they have on board. Always sharing the morning videos. Thank you. Someone named Ginzel Stuff or something like that. Some SOE gear for sale. Sriracha is gross. Fried chili garlic, right on. Any suggestions, resources, or advice on buying large parcels of rural land? No, I don't own any large parcels of rural land. When you see it available and you think you want it, buy it. More and more there are not large parcels. I have friends that are holding right now 800 acres, and I have friends that are holding 1,000 acres. And it took them quite a while to put those pieces together. They did not go in and just buy 1,000 acres. So when you see it and you know you want it, jump on it. If you see a piece of land that's 100 plus acres and you can afford it, get it, man, especially if there's water source there. But most people having this conversation, they can't afford it. Why will the bank give you as a kid, right? Why will the bank give you a loan on a $40,000 or $50,000 car, but they won't give you a loan on a $40,000 or $50,000 home? It's all by design, right? Because they're all part of the system. They want you in the system. Why do all these cities and municipalities dictate that all modern, all new home developments have to be 2,500 square feet? Because that's a husband and a wife typically with 2.5 kids, and that means you're going to work someplace and you're going to spend tax-based money because they can't tax you the same amount of property tax on a tiny house or a 600 square foot home that they can on a 2,500 square foot home. And then you're going to pay HOA dues, and the HOA is going to be taxed. It's just all it's all stealing money. It's all by design. cow horn sauce. Buddy and I are looking at 30 to 40 acres of undeveloped land for hunting, camping, bug out. That's great, Ryan. That's fucking awesome, man. I have 10 acres. 10 acres is a lot to walk across when you have to do it multiple times. We use four-wheelers for that stuff. You can totally walk this property. But we use the four-wheelers because I like riding the four-wheelers, right? We have them. The kids here like riding them. We use them as wheelbarrows. We put 50-pound bags of feed, and we don't have to walk that shit around. I work out every morning, jump on some land. Yeah, they ain't making it anymore. Are you doing anything in particular to prep for the possible ice storm that's come? I don't know anything about it. There's an ice storm coming to our area? Who fucking knows, man? We were supposed to have negative freezing degree weather all last week and this week, right? It was 40 degrees outside. 2 days ago, I was wearing a t-shirt outside in the morning, and it's fucking snowstorm in the afternoon. No, we don't do anything to prep because we're already prepped. Like, I've never gone to the grocery store because, oh my God, an ice storm's coming. We keep salt here. We keep sand. I have material bins full of gravel. We have tractors, closed tractors. We have all kinds. The only thing I've done to add to preps this year for cold weather is I've added a lot of layered clothing, and I've bought it in medium, which I wear, and then I've bought extra overshells and stuff in medium and large so that I can wear them over bulkier clothing. We've bought a lot of clothing. What?
And we don't eat milk sandwiches, so we don't have.
Yeah, we don't eat. I don't understand people going to buy bread and milk and shit like that. We could like 2 years ago, we could lock the compound down and not leave here for 6 months and remain comfortable, and we could eke it out without having to leave here for a year. Now, fuck, who knows? We're way beyond that. Looks like an old tour bus for Loretta Lynn or something cool. It's all pimped out. I don't know anything about it. Guys buying shipping containers right now. You can buy school buses cheaper than you can buy a shipping container. Bring it in, put it in place. Maybe put it up on blocks or something, so the wheels, the tires aren't getting fucked up. If it runs, awesome. There's a ton of people making tiny house conversions out of them and RVs and stuff. It's called schoolies. There's tons of groups for them. They meet up all over the world all the time. But a lot of people will just take those buses, put them on their property, and use them as shipping containers or as storage instead of a shipping container. The price on shipping containers is up. The cheapest shipping containers you're going to find right now are $4,500. Do you have a favorite brand or type of pocket knife? Strider. I have probably half $500,000 probably. I probably have $500,000 in knives. Strider knives. We shared a building together for years and years. I still do collaborations. I put out 2 or 3 of my own knives every year. This is a collaboration with Strider and Microtech. This is in my pocket. A friend gave me this knife, and I can do not knife shit with it, right? I can cut stuff with it, but I can pry and dig and move rocks and all kinds of shit that you wouldn't use for a knife. With that said, a $35 knife is a great knife, and a $2 screwdriver is a great prier, and a $5 pry bar is a great pry bar that beats out a $600 knife any day of the week for those things. But it does it. I always have this. I always have a stiletto flashlight. We're actually adding these, adding more of those. I carry a set of keys in my pocket to access other keys and through doors that I need to go to. And then I have a big giant phone. That's a 3-day battery pack on the back of that. We just kind of started messing with more portable battery packs. I bought some Anchor battery packs that just got here today that are charging. I bought some Goal Zero battery units, and I bought some folding solar panels. Cody's messing with some of those. Costco has a Jackery system online right now for like $1,200, I think. It comes with a 1,000 watt, and it comes with like a 250 watt. Now that's 800 watts, it's 1,000 peak power basically. And it comes with 2 bifold set with kickstand solar panels. Seems like a pretty good deal. I looked into it for about 20 minutes today. it seems like a pretty good deal. The Jackery stuff gets good reviews. Kershaw barge has a pry on it. Pretty cool and cheap. Right on. My favorite EDC knife is the CRK Monsanto. Right on. Cool. John, I remember seeing that phone case back in the podcast days. Who makes it? So the one in the podcast days was a little smaller. My last phone had an even bigger one. So it was 10,000 milliamp hours. This one is only 8,000, and it's Zero Lemon. Zero Lemon makes them. You can get them off Amazon. You can also go to Zero Lemon's website. Amazon will send it to you faster. If you use Amazon, do me a favor, go to any of my YouTube videos and click any Amazon link. It doesn't matter what it's for. It will take you to Amazon for whatever that link is for, and then just from there type in. I get a little percentage of anything you buy in the next 24 hours. Anybody uses Amazon, you like what we're doing, take some money from Amazon and give it to us. If you watch me, like a lot of people do because they don't like me, well, find somebody you like on YouTube and use their Amazon link. I have a couple of Anchor battery packs. They hold the charge very well. Yeah, Spearco swears by them. I bought one. It's a little older, right? It's got the USB-A plug on it, so you've got to use other shit. Everything, for the most part, is moving C to C now. Went to Amazon and bought a bunch of stuff through your Amazon link. Thank you, Jen. Where in North Carolina? Oh, you're asking Jen that. I've had good luck with Anchor battery. John, I remember seeing favorite EDC knife. I think I've read most of these. If you've made a comment and I didn't answer them, just rewrite it. Wife and I are working our way out of California. Just sent deposit for 16 acres, Chattanooga. Oh, Chattanooga's beautiful, Patrick. Congratulations, man. When you get out of California, literally when we moved out of California, we stopped right on the other side of the border in Arizona at a gas station, and we bought fireworks at a gas station and lit fireworks at a gas station. They would literally mob you and arrest you on the other side of the border for that. What breeches am I wearing? Are we talking underwear? I wear briefs, Hanes or Fruit of the Loom, tagless. Pants, I'm wearing Cole pants. These are Cole Rider. I like the Above the Law and the Lawless. They're a little beefier pant. And both of them, see, this has this pocket here that I love. I use it all the time. The Lawless and Above the Law have one over on the other side also. And in there I will carry, I've been carrying a Milwaukee folding razor knife, right? And it has just a quick detach to change out your razors. You guys that don't know, you can buy razor blades in a dispenser. They come 50 to a package and they're about $15. Rockabilly band called Trimmers. What's your favorite Anchor model? I don't know. I just bought one off Amazon to play with. It's charging right now. I have to physically touch this iPad for it to show me your guys' comments. No shit, I used to play Pittsburgh. Isn't Marble Falls in Chat? I don't know, but Chattanooga is beautiful. Amanda and I love to go to Chattanooga. We will drive to Chattanooga just to go have lunch at the boathouse. It's right on this water. I think it's a river or lake or something. It's pretty. It's like, think boats like college crew team, you know, rowing. They've got them suspended. Subway tile, black and white subway tile, and it's more of like a fish theme kind of, right? They've got they shuck oysters there. They make their own ice that comes through this conveyor belt system and down. They make me a great margarita every time I'm there, and the service is always really good. We were in Chattanooga just a month or two ago, and what we noticed in Chattanooga is everywhere we went, the restaurants were fully staffed. It was like there was no nonsense going on. You go into Nashville, everybody's hustling and bustling, and they're super understaffed. You go to Chattanooga, everybody's staffed, everybody's working. There's a waterfall in Tennessee that is gorgeous. I went rock climbing. There's a lot of them. We have the biggest underground waterfall also. Regret that I missed out on the expedition. They're awesome, Ryan. I use them every day. I had one on outside today. This morning I went out in a lightweight hoodie at 4 o'clock this morning, And then when I was out feeding animals at 9 o'clock, I had an expeditionary hoodie with the lightweight hoodie. Gray wolf, Mexican gray. I love Arizona, but the valley has turned into East LA. Yes, I keep hearing that. I'm baffled when people say they're moving to New Mexico, because New Mexico had fucking crazy lockdown shit and seemed to have some kind of tyrannical gun shit going on, I thought. I am very, very pleased, very happy living in Tennessee. Love, love, love my hoodie, wearing it now. Underground waterfall is Marble Falls. Right on. It's at Rock City, right? 80 on right now, 80 souls, 71 thumbs up. And a lot of those thumbs up are dudes that were only here for a few minutes. So let's get those numbers up there for me. You guys are standing here. We're spending tonight at 9 o'clock together. At least give me the thumbs up right there. I don't know why. I don't fucking get anything from it. I don't make shit for money off doing YouTube stuff. But I want to see the fucking numbers up. That thumbs up number should be way higher than the viewer number. Living in Arizona 25 years, was going to move back. I would go to Pine or Strawberry. There's a lot of, we have a lot of cave systems, tunnels and stuff. So does Kentucky. Some of the big ones, you'll go to like a gas station and there's a manhole cover in the parking lot, and that's how you access the tunnel systems. Thankful we moved back to Tennessee. There isn't many places in the state we could go wrong with a person. Yeah, you can do anything like, and when you go to the cities here, like Chattanooga is just cool, right? There's just like smoke and steam and shit. It used to be Chattanooga Choo Choo. There's a lot of like old industry, so it's still there. Do I have caves on my property? I don't. Not that I know of. I've seen recently pieces of property here for sale. Zena sent me one. It was like 52 acres, and it has like a 70-some acre cave underneath it. Pond, big lake on top. Beautiful property. It wasn't even expensive, Tennessee here. I got some friends looking at 120 acres right now, maybe 30 minutes outside of Nashville area, $700,000. Ruby Falls.
Which is dirt cheap for that area.
Liking and sharing. Jen, thank you. Daughter's in D.C. working for Texas Congressman. She wore her cat in the hat, wear a mask shirt. That's awesome. Caswell, that's awesome, dude. Might be pretty cheap to live in New Mexico. I'm sure it is. Sure it is. What are you going to eat, Roadrunners? Keep talking about tunnels. I'm from the tunnel from here. I'm all for a tunnel from here. Yeah, I'm not digging no more tunnels. Fat Nuts, what's up? One order arrived today, shipped my other order out. North Carolina is a nice free state. North Carolina, it's really not. It's not. They did all kinds of fucking crazy, silly shit in North Carolina. They shut down all kinds of people. You have fucking over 50% of your restaurants no longer exist in North Carolina. North Carolina was fucking, they should have hung people in North Carolina, like for the shit they were doing. Roadrunners and pickled tumbleweed. They were eating pickled tumbleweed during the Great Depression. Like, you can eat anything, you might not get nutrition from it. You can eat all the corn you want, you'll eventually die of malnutrition. 50-acre property with the cave. Oh, I don't know where it is, Ryan. Google it. What's the property for sale by owner is one of them, and what's the other? Zillow. Look on Zillow and just fucking look up cave. 700,000 will only get you 5 to 7 acres. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, man. And this is like real property. There's fucking running water. There's spring. Beautiful property. Tony Cowden running for office in North Carolina because of the overreach. Yeah. Who's the dude in North Carolina? Nick, right? Marsoc Marine. They shut down his gym and shit. He does like beard oils and soaps and stuff. Has a personal training facility, martial arts stuff. He's got a pretty good YouTube channel talking about how fucked up they were on all his stuff. Every state should be hanging people. Yeah, yes. And sooner or later, somebody will knock on the door over those comments. So be aware of that. Land flip has property right on. We lost, it was the people, no bullshit. It was not the fucking people that were scared. It was fucking law enforcement, and it was fucking mayors, and it was government. We lost the country when we stopped hanging tar and yeah, France killed a lot of people for way less than the shit going on right now. They literally fucking cut heads off. New place is 5 minutes. And stop and think about that, right? When they did that, do you think they were going to be touted 100, 200 years ago as the heroes? Fuck no, they weren't. The fathers of the fucking, you know, when the United States was founded, those were traitors. Those were enemies. Yeah, they'll knock on the wrong door sooner or later. Wait till they try to go do gun confiscation. That's why they come in after a single dude, right? That's why they'll go after a single dude and make such a big fucking deal about it, right? Remember they put the fences around Mount Carmel, right? Remember they put the fences around Waco? We're gonna wait them out. They didn't wait them out. They fucking burned them to death. They did that to make an example. And when that bitch Janet Reno fucking died, there were gun-owning Americans, right? Fucking U.S. American citizens from the gun communities saying what a loss it was. Are you kidding me? They should have killed that bitch. Are the truckers in Canada making a difference? I don't know. Everybody's talking about it. There's a lot of eyeballs.
They said Saskatchewan removed the mandate.
Saskatchewan removed the mandate. Trudeau's in hiding. Are they making a difference? I don't know. But it's contagious. Courage is contagious, right? Love how the Canadian Prime Minister called all the truckers protesting terrorists. Yeah, they call them terrorists. All the news, CNN is saying that the truckers are stealing food from homeless. And the one thing they're always talking about are the two retards with the fucking Nazi signs, right? Fucking plants or just who knows, right? Who knows who they fucking are? Why doesn't the news crew go interview those two dudes? Because it was two fucking people. Think they're false flag the Canada thing and put the blame on when supply chain. Maybe. We can second guess it and quarterback it, but none of us are doing shit about it. You're not out there. What are you doing about it? What do you think they should do? Ambassador Bridge? I'm not familiar with that. How often are you swapping out fuel in your jerry cans? In Nevuary. If you have good jerry cans, you don't have to swap the fuel. Your fuel goes bad when oxygen can get to it and when the lightweight volatiles move, right? So if you have that shit locked in NATO jerry cans with the cam lock lids and a good seal, which means if you're not smelling gas, because it's the lightweight volatiles you smell, that shimmer in the air, if you can't smell that shit, you're not losing any of it. I had fuel in gas cans for 10 years from San Diego. We moved here. 10 years later, I dumped that gas in the truck and burnt it, and it fucking ran fine. I'm not going to put it in my Porsches, but we put it in all of our fucking lawn equipment. We put it in the Super Duty. We put it everywhere. We put it in the Explorer. Not a problem. Now, if you're storing it in these plastic jugs, you know, your problem is the cap. The VP race drugs have a big O-ring inside, and then the nozzle has a screw cap also. So you're pretty decent there. Rotate it if you're worried about it. Take it, dump it in, go fill it. And keep in mind, everybody wants to store fuel in gas cans. That's fine, totally do it. I did it. I have 100 fucking gas cans. 100 gas cans full of fucking gas all times. It's expensive to store fuel in gas cans. The bigger volume you store liquid in, the less the container costs per gallon. So I have two 350-gallon elevated tanks. They're about this tall. Don't take any power. They work off gravity. Have fuel filters and shit on them, right? Water separators. And then I have a 550-gallon elevated non-ethanol gasoline tank also. But your fuel cans, and I get it. Like, you can't, most people listening to this or that watch these YouTube channels, they live in the city or they're in an apartment, right? I will tell you, I carried fuel cans around. Before we even had any of the NATO ones, I carried 3 5-gallon race jugs in the back of my fucking Yukon, which is a Chevy Blazer. In San Diego, we'd be out in the desert. You'd open the door. It's 175 degrees in the truck. You would smell gas. Never once did I ever blow up. Everybody's like, oh my God, you smell gas, spark, you'll blow up. We carried them in the Suburban around, and we carried them in my truck for years. Never did I blow up. You could smell gas every time you got in the truck. You'd open the door, let the windows down. 10 seconds later, you're either used to it or it went away. I don't know which it was. Not a problem. Then when we got the NATO cans, I drove around with them on a roof rack on the truck. I had 6 5-gallon cans on a gypsy rack on top of that Yukon. I had 6 5-gallon cans on top of the Suburban on a Thule rack. Cody still has, I think, 6 5-gallon cans on the top. He has the Yukon now. We carry them in all the trucks. I had them in the back of my Super Duty. I had 7 5-gallon cans. They're, yeah, Wavian or Latvia, whatever. They're all the fucking same. They're not all the same, but they're all the same. The where they're not the same is the nozzle. And don't get fucking jammed up on the nozzle bullshit. You guys shouldn't even be using the nozzle. There's not a fucking nozzle out there worth a shit. Fucking take that thing. We would put it in, from my Super Duty, I had 7 cans, and then I had a ratcheting bed limiter, right? So I could open the can in the bed of the truck, put the super siphon in, put it in the gas nozzle, shake it, and it takes 2.5 minutes to fill through the 1/2-inch super siphon. On the Yukon, we could fill right from the roof rack, or we could put it on the tailgate of the Yukon and fill right in the jiggler siphon. Just look up jiggler siphon. Stay away, get the jiggler siphon that has the glass ball. It's annoying as fuck. It will drive you nuts. Do you remember going to a gun show as a kid? There's always an old man in a chair, and he makes that sound, and he'd fill this bucket up, and then he'd fill this bucket up, and he'd just keep doing them, right, and selling these things. Take a piece of foam or a piece of webbing or whatever, you know, and jam in there, right? Make it big so it can't get stuck in there. Jam it in there to isolate that ball. I've never had a ball chip. I've never had anything go wrong with them, but it will drive you insane driving around in your truck or in your SUV, really. So get a few of those things. They're $20. I'll post a link to all this shit on Amazon if you want to see it. And that's all you're going to use. You don't need, because the nozzles, even the nozzles that fit, because there's 120 different NATO cans, right? They look the same, but the nozzles, they never match up, right? The nozzle, it comes up here, right? So you've got to hold this damn can and fight with it. And maybe your wife or daughter has to do it, right? Or your little boy has to do this at some point while you're not there. The super siphon, you don't have to bear the weight. You just have to have it a little higher. I even have a thing that comes off my roof rack that's a set of steps for a boat, and it's nylon and it folds up, and I can hang that and I can set the can up on there on the side should I need to do it. It also works as a ladder to get up on the roof rack if you need to do so. It just has 2 hooks, hangs, and it works awesome. I don't know. I mean, we can go on about fuel cans. It really irritates me, all these guys making these fuel can videos. I saw one the other day from a pretty big channel. I even know the dude. Dude came in my shop. I met him. Making all these but all they're showing is fuel cans. You know how none of these guys have done any of this shit? Because they won't tell you these 2 things. A gas can, a metal gas can, gets extremely cold in the winter, and it sucks in. and you can't open the valve by hand. You have to have a tool of some kind. I'm just showing you this because it's what's here. A big flat-bladed screwdriver or a pry bar to pry those open with. So you want to have leather gloves for when you hold the thing, and you want to have a screwdriver to pop it open because it has sucked in and it's made a suction. I've never heard anybody say that. That's how you know none of these motherfuckers have used any of this shit. And in the summer, it swells out, and when you open it, it will spray your buddy 6 feet away and you behind it with gas vapor. That's the shit that explodes, right? So you want to have a sacrificial towel, a dish towel. The thicker the better, a few towels or an old towel, an old bath towel or something. Leave it on the side of the fucking road if you have to. Also have, something to pop it open with. Those are the two things. You never hear anybody talk about that. All they do is show you some bullshit they bought. I carried these cans for the last fucking 30 years. And turn your head, you'll get sprayed every time. Well, that's why you want to have the towel. Just have the towel there and fucking just leave it on the side of the road if you have to. I think the deplorables bag has straps that go underneath the bag. More support. Almost all of our bags have straps that go under the bag. I'm always baffled when I see tactical gear companies with a strap that just sews on. I think the only bags we make that has a strap that just sews on like that are our grocery bags. Even our fake tool bags, right? Our tool bag lights, they have damn webbing that cradles the whole fucking thing. The whole entire thing. Even our giveaway bags. What do you think about the Metal Eagle safety cans? I'm not familiar with them. I don't know. I have a clothes bag that I had roughly 50 pounds the other day. Yeah, no, you absolutely can. Our clothes bag, guys use them for sandbags, right? We put gravel in ours. We put number 7, the big gravel, in our bags, and we took 2 dudes and walked down the old highway back one road over back here, and we took 2 dudes and threw them as high in the air as we could get them. We'd swing them, and these bags weigh 35 pounds is what goes in these bags. And we threw them as high in the air as we can and let them smash, and we picked it up. We went 9/10 of a mile. At about a half mile from the rocks slamming down, it broke part of the zipper. But we did this and we stopped. The bag had a little holes. You could have like a piece of gravel fall out of the bag at that point. Show me another company doing that shit. You see, we pulled a Humvee with a 1.5 deuce with one of our riggers belts. And then we did tug of war with my Super Duty and Sean Rumner's Excursion in 4-wheel drive low, and the trucks were literally bouncing off the ground and there was smoke coming off of the wheels. Then my buddy worked at the National Guard Armory in Nashville, and that's where all the big equipment, when they have to refit tanks and shit, right? So they have cranes there that will lift a tank off the front end to change the tracks out and shit. He used the crane, our rigger's belt, to an M60 battle tank and lifted the entire front end of the tank, the gun and everything, off of the ground about this high. And you see little motherfucking belt companies with a bullshit little fucking Subaru in neutral, and they're pulling it out of the water. Why didn't you guys use some real trucks? Oh, because you panty-wearing motherfuckers don't own any trucks. That's why. That's why you're driving a Subaru. To have the large bulk gas tank, you probably need to be using gas fairly often. Otherwise, treat it with something. What's going to cause the problem are the temperature differences, right? So if you're going to have an elevated tank like that, if you could build a cover over it, you would be better off for sure. The Eagle safety cans have a cork lid seal, good for short-term storage only. Yeah, I would stay away from that. Why would you want to go? I'm not sure about the Eagle cans. Are we talking about the ones with the flapper like Grandpa used to have? The round ones? I tell my wife that every time I see a bag, I say, John would have ran that webbing all the way. We do, man, we do. The large tool bags are where it's at. 100,000 uses. My large tool bag has 40 pounds. Yeah, you can put enough weight in a large tool bag that you don't want to carry the large tool bag. That's like our super kit bags. We put 70 pounds when we travel. There's 70 pounds in each bag when we go to a show. That's heavy, right? You can easily put way more weight in there. You can put more weight in a super kit bag than you want to carry. We have round cans with the clippers. Most people ain't seen them. I don't know what we're talking about. And all these guys asking about these cans that nobody knows about. Dude, if they work for you, man, then use them. You obviously own them. You're obviously pleased with them. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm not trying to get you to buy something else. As a matter of fact, I won't even sell you any of my gas cans. Buy whatever you can get, man. Most of you are grown men. You're adults. You shave your hair, right? Buy whatever, spend your money wherever you want to spend it. If it works for you, more power to you. You don't need to convince me. You don't need to change my mind. If it works for you, you do you. You know when shit is really fucking bad and you got to rely on that shit, you know in your fucking heart whether it's going to work or not. And if it works for you, then fucking awesome, man. You can definitely carry bodies in this. Yeah, you totally could. You could use the super kit bag to carry and move a wounded dude, no problem. You could. You could put his arms through there, and you could totally use that as a sked and drag that dude. They are OSHA approved cans for job sites, right? Fuck OSHA. Safety third. Imagine where your fucking world would be right now if you didn't have OSHA up your ass. I see these motherfuckers over in India and shit, and Thailand and all over the place, literally tying scaffolding and putting shit up, right? They're not tied in or nothing. How did we build all these buildings? How did the skyscrapers all get built? Empire State Building, Ford Building, how did those buildings all happen without OSHA up their asses? Just read the Pfizer wants to get approved for emergency use of vaccines for babies 6 months to 4 years. Why does that surprise you? Why? That's been the plan all along. Like literally they've been telegraphing their punch, right? If they're saying ABC, you know XYZ is coming. Is box X stitching on the handles of bags the best way to stitch? Charlie, are you trying to go into business? Like what's your deal? What do you build, man? It's not just box X stitching. There's more to it than that. But who are you? Like, you're constantly asking me sewing questions. You're obviously trying to start a company or something. What is it you do? I carried 3 700 round Spam cans, 7.62 by 39, and a large tool. Yeah, you absolutely can. And the webbing that we use on those bags and the small tool bags, right? We use a type 13 webbing. It's a life support rated webbing. It's actually stronger and more robust than the webbing that's in the parachute pack trays, right? Your straps and stuff, that's type 7. We use type 13 for those. It's the stiffer webbing that we use on the dog collars. It's a very, very robust. In the beginning, they said kids 16 and under had virtually no chance of catching the virus. Yeah. Same thing as when people say we couldn't have road amenities without income taxes. Yeah, but my roads. I have really nice cars I want to drive. Do you think from wherever I am to wherever I want to go, do you think there might be a road there somehow? So the box X stitching, okay? Let's say you have leading edge. That's the part that's going to come apart, right? So you have the handle to the... Hold on, I'll go get a fucking bag. Here's a little secret. Most of the stitching that you see come out on bags from these companies, they don't have a fucking clue why they do it. You want to know why the real reason why they do it? because that's what the fucking sewing machine is programmed to do, and that's where it starts and ends for needle placement. So a box X, this is not a box X, but this is your leading edge. This is the part that can rip off, okay? So when we sew that, when we sew this on, we start at the bottom, we travel up, and we sew this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, over, 1, 2, 3. The leading edge has 5, the lower edge is just a backup if somehow you got that top to rip. We've never seen one of these rip. Now on a box X stitch, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. You pass back over for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So your top leading edge gets 3 passes. It doesn't need it. On the box X stitches, like when we're sewing Velcro and shit on, it doesn't fucking need it. There is no tension on a magazine pouch where that thing's sewn on like that. There's no way for it to come off. It can't fucking rip. When we sew our mag pouches together, there's 9 layers of material where they're sewn together with 5 layers of stitching. When we put those pockets on an LBV or on a panel, there's another 5 lines of stitching, 1, 2, 3 on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5, 3, and 5. You couldn't rip our shit. We used to have fucking dumb Marines. Like fucking, there's always the asshole, you know. The dude was the asshole his whole entire fucking life. But there's always an asshole that would be at the gun show, and he's like, why is this vest $250 when I can get that vest over there for $100? I'm like, go buy it for $100. You can take our vest, and we had a pull-up bar, right? So we would clip it up with snap links, and we would take the 2 biggest fucking Marines, and we'd have one dude on 2 pockets and one dude on 2 pockets. I'm like, do pull-ups on this vest. And then we'd take any of the gear on the table. I go, take anything on this table and try to rip it apart. And they'd pull on it and shit. I'm like, no, put your foot in the pocket and try to rip it apart. They couldn't ever rip it apart. I go, now go over and do that with the $100 vest. And that asshole, it's almost like we offended his manhood, right? Because we would see these kids go through sniper school and other specialized schools, and they would get these shitty vests. And they'd have them on the line, and you'd have a guy prone, you know, off sandbags or off his rucksack, right? And then the sniper instructors would be like, grab that dude by the drag handle, he's shot, start dragging him. And they would always rip the vest apart, always. And they would come in and want to get them fixed. And I'm like, I'm not fixing this piece of shit. Buy a real vest. For me to fix this vest, I'm going to charge you more than buying a vest. Anybody who was in sniper school got 20%, and we had a roster of who had fallen out of class. If you were active in sniper school, you got 20% off. And then we gave a full kit, which was an LBV, a butt pack, 2 canteen covers, a belt, and a subload to high shooter and honor grad Marine Corps Scout Sniper School. But those kids, like those vests would always, and there was always some asshole. We've been doing this shit for 30 fucking years. Most people don't know why they do it, and I am of the belief, like, we've never seen our shit come apart. The tool bags are abused way more than the LBVs ever were. And most of the stuff, it's overkill. Like, I mean, not just me, everybody in the industry, most people, you don't need to sew it as much as it's sewn. 16th Amendment ratified, established Congress right to impose a federal income tax. Are you asking me? I don't. Lone Star, what up? Box etch stitching in reg bags designed to break, so you have to fix, but most people just buy more. I don't know what you're saying there. Don Stinson, income taxes. Hey John, have you been using some belts? Have been using belts and chest rigs of yours for the past few years. Just wanted to thank you. High quality. Right on, man. Right on. Time is it? 10? Literally 4 Savannah cats are all over my SOE gear. You better have them fucking things fixed, that way they can't spray. Do girl Savannah cats spray like the boy cats do? All right, guys, I'm going to start shutting this stuff off. We can talk for a few more minutes. Whatever you want to talk about. This here is the new Write in the Rain or journal, right? Any journal this size. It's in the sleeves here. This is 3 slots for credit cards. I'm probably going to put something here, and on the back, I just keep evolving this thing a little bit. It's something I've been playing with this week. We've got pocket slides, mesh pockets, all kinds of combat caulks. A lot, you can see them on all my social medias. You can see we built a lot of clothes bags today. Those are all in inventory, and they are all correct. When I posted it on social media today, that's locked. So if the system will let you buy that, it will ship to you tomorrow. Imagination is the only limiting factor figuring out uses for tools, bags, clothes. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You take somebody that's into a certain hobby and then you show them how your stuff will implement into their hobby. Whether it's off-road trucks or it's tool bags, and nowadays it's hashtags, right? Why do I do the Jeep truck thing? Jeep truck, right? All that silly shit with Amanda. So we can use the hashtags. Because they come over, because we used, it's a Jeep thing, and then we use Toyota, let's go places, and all the hashtags. And they come over and they see the products. That's why we do all that stuff. A lot of dudes in industries are busy trying to outdo each other and don't realize the real money is not even in their industry. Those dudes can argue amongst themselves about how SOE is overbuilt and it's heavy and it has no new designs, right? That's what I hear all the competitors say, or the guys that think they're our competitors. We make way more fucking money than they make this market is so small for the real meat eaters, right? There's so few. And you have to fucking cut your dollar to get the military contracts. We haven't chased a military contract in 20 years. We still get them. The end user writes the contract with my fucking company name in the part number. SOE's in the part number. So when it goes out to bid, it has to come from me no matter what company wins the bid. But that's not where we don't make money there. We make money selling all the stuff to fucking rich guys with trucks and rich guys with Jeeps. Like we sell, fucking money got easy when we stopped worrying about selling it to ninjas. Competitors as in people who build this kind of stuff, And you have very loyal, rabid fans. And those are not dudes that use the shit for real. They're your Instagram models. They're mostly the dudes making fun of gun bunnies, right? What, you don't like big titties and chicks in tight clothing and fucking with guns? I don't know. I like to watch them. But these guys act like blatantly homosexual, right? They're so busy talking about these pretty girls. But they themselves then play dress up, right? They're the guys with the little small scalable chest rigs that only take 3 mags. There ain't nobody going to shoot motherfuckers with only 3 mags on. But they play dress up like that. And that's the people we're talking about. Add a bookmark? What does that do? I don't know what you're talking about. Looked up your net worth today, and New York Times from 2001 article popped up with haters talking smack. Was that a real New York Times? You looked up my net worth? So what's my net worth? I'm not even sure. I'd love to know what it is. What's my net worth? Yeah, that was a real New York Times article. And it was somebody talking shit about me. And this dude, I think the article was in my favor, really. He wasn't the one talking shit. He was talking shit about this other lady. He was writing an article about this lady that was mad about me. Yeah, that's a real New York Times article about my company. Yeah. There's a lot of articles. A lot of them are very, very hard to find. I'm worth 14 million, huh? Could you show me where it's at? I don't have $14 million. Add a bookmark to the journal. Oh, I got you. I see what you're saying. Taxation theft. I don't think anybody's going to argue with you. I don't think even the motherfuckers that get paid from you being taxed, right? They have to. You have two kinds of people in this world. You have people that create something or have a service or a skill or a tangible product that people are willing to pay for. And then you have bureaucrats. And those people, right? Social workers and stuff like that. People, these people, you have no choice but to use their services because government mandates you use their service. And they could never draw a paycheck if they didn't steal from all of us that create something or build something or provide a service, right? You go to the doctor that you want to go to, not the doctor that you have to go to, but the doctor has to pay taxes and then has to pay all this other shit, right? You have people that make something and you have people that are only paid because they steal from those that make something. I'm a thousandaire. Some days I don't have $1,000, man. My accountants love me. Let a buddy of mine use ARAK micro. Long SWAT school, brought it back. Looks neat. Yeah, they're not gonna do nothing in fucking SWAT school. It's gonna damage that shit. We used to dive that stuff. We used to take that stuff and do shipboarding all the time with it. You're up against fucking piers and stuff, barnacles which are sharp. Fucking like if you can use that stuff in a maritime environment, we'd have it fucking strapped onto tanks, and tanks are constantly banging up against concrete piers and shit. Like if you can go through that stuff, there's nothing on a fucking a range that they're gonna fuck that shit up with at SWAT school. Said haters make you happy and rich. Yep. Yep. It's all tied up in rice and gummy bears. Yeah. See, a lot of people. What if? Think about this. What if all the fear? What if all the prepper fear? Right. What if it is designed to get you to never build any capital to start a business with or to fund your business with, right? Meaning, if 90% of your money, every time you get money, you take it and spend it. Like, let's say your threshold is $1,000. Every time you get $1,000 in your PayPal or bank account or whatever, you go and spend 500 of it every day. You make $1,000 a day, you automatically spend $500, right? I'm gonna get this solar panel, or I'm gonna get another fucking $500 of rice, or I'm gonna get $500 of titanium cookware, or I'm gonna get $500 of fucking Jetboil fuel, right? You never amass the money to be able to buy the materials to keep your business going. Or you never start the business. Or you never take your business to the next level and buy the accounting software. What if it's on purpose, right? I'm not saying it is. But about 90% of the shit that you guys intake every day, that's all it's doing. It's keeping you from being... What if you just held that money and used that money to make a lot more money? If you could fucking sock away, you start a business, put all your money into the business for 5 years, a viable, real business. You don't take any money. You don't pay yourself a fucking dime for 5 years. Then you will be making millions of dollars, which will have the potential to be $1 billion business. Making $1 million a year isn't shit. You don't get $1 million. You don't even have fucking anything to show for it after $1 million. What water cans are you going to start selling? Military water cans. Military, mil-spec water cans. Tough as fucking nails. You can drive over them with a truck. Just found this on eBay. Special Operations Equipment, SOE, NSW chest rig, SOE lot, super rare, $2,500. Message me a link to that. We'll see if it really is an NSW chest rig or what. We'll see what it is. I regret not buying more NATO cans from you. I only have 4. We're probably bringing them back. I have found a source. Do I listen to Grant Cardone? I do, occasionally. And Vanderchuck, occasionally. Do you think either one of them motherfuckers? Don't chase your passion, make money, right? Do you think it's easy for a dude who is making millions of dollars every week, has so much money that they make millions of dollars? It is easy for them to tell you what you should do when you're not on that same level, right? The advice they give you. If you want to listen to dudes like that, you should listen to Andy Frisella. He will give you real, actionable, immediately actionable, like can change the course of your life that day. The MF CEO podcast. It's his older podcast. He stopped doing it. He only does Andy Frisella Real AF now. And if you listen to those first 300 episodes, in almost every one of them, there is something you can do to implement that will grow your business, your wealth, your fucking relationships. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Good night.